What's up, film lovers? I am back and I'm covering two movies. A film I watched on Sunday, June 15th, and the film I just finished watching on the 16th. So, I watched The Island Closest to Heaven, a 1984 coming of age movie that reunites director Nobuhiko Obayashi with the star of his adaptation of The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Tomoya Harada. Tomoya plays Mari, who's overcome with grief over her dad's recent passing. She convinces her mom to let her go to this place, New Caledonia, a Southwest Pacific archipelago. It's because her dad once mentioned that there was this island that was the closest to heaven. Everyone was happy there. So there's just kind of a journey thing. She's going through stuff, and in it, there's the tour. She meets this one girl on the tour who's kind of nice. Who's nice to her. She meets a boy. You know, it's a coming of age movie. Of course, she's got to meet a boy, right? This one other guy who had a few red flags in my head going on. I mean, he doesn't do anything inappropriate, but still, dude, she's 17. You're clearly in your 30s. I don't know. And there's some interesting bits too, like to talk about a Japanese sub that was sunk off the coast somewhere nearby, and little bits and pieces like that. It's a very good film. Tomoya Harada is excellent in it. I have a hard time describing her performance style. There's this soft quietness, kindness to her. She's just very captivating to see. There's the way she reacts to situations, like when she goes to one part of the archipelago and she's just meeting all the locals. It's very nice stuff. It's beautifully shot on the island. Everything looks really, really cool. However, if I'm talking about my Obayashi ranking of 7 films so far, this is just below the bottom. Though there is a gulf between this and The Drifting Classroom, which is my least favorite Obayashi film, but that one I generally don't like. This one I do like, and I am very glad to have watched it. So, if you can find it, check it out. Yeah, I mean, I like coming of age movies, and this one's a good one. Next up, Dilse, which translates to From the Heart, maybe, according to Wikipedia. It's a romantic political action thriller starring the king of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan, and Manisha Koirala, who's a Nepalese-born actress, and Preity Zinta. Yeah, it is set to the backdrop of the insurgency in Assam. So in this, Shah Rukh Khan plays a guy who works for this radio thing, Air India. He goes down to interview some people to talk about what's going on, the rise in insurgencies, and he becomes fascinated with this beautiful woman who really doesn't want anything to do with him. And yeah, so 2 hours and 40 minutes of part of it is his obsession with her, kind of following around, trying to find out who she is. Eventually, moving past her. She's always stuck in his mind. She comes back into his life about the time he's about to get married, and eventually finds out she's spoiler alert, a terrorist, or part of a terrorist organization, which you know off the bat. Now, I have very mixed feelings about this one. I gave it 2.5 out of 5. I read a really good review that gave it a higher score than me, that compared Shah Rukh Khan's character to the state. Because one of the things that turned me off is his possessiveness, his stalker attitude, and his desire to kind of take this woman, if you will. His love for this woman is all-consuming, that he won't take no for an answer. And they looked at it as an allegory for state violence, state control over her, and she's representing the oppressed, he's representing the oppressor, and that discussion gets a bit more into it, especially in a scene where he tries to refer to the tragedies and horrors that her community faced as mistakes from certain people, and she goes off on them, which she should have. It has a very interesting ending, but yeah, this was just a film that, like I said, I had mixed feelings. It looks good. The performances are good. It's just, I think it depends on, like, if you started watching the movie and kind of got what they were doing, maybe you'd have been locked into it much better than I did. But right off the bat, I did not buy it, because most of the Shah Rukh Khan movies I've seen are romance films, and I just did not think these two had chemistry at all. But if that's the point, yeah. So, but I'm glad I saw it. It's been one I've been meaning to get to for a while, and yeah. I'll check you cinephile movie nerds later.